talk about from sign in to follow up, automate your open house lead system. So I am Amy Stack. I am the regional tech trainer for the Mid-American region. So if you're not familiar with that, that's all of Illinois. We're about half of Indiana and a little bit of southern Wisconsin. We do have agents dual licensed in states all over the country, but that is the territory that I train in and who is actively advertised these classes. If you have people in other regions that you would want to invite to the virtual classes, you are more than welcome to do so. I'm happy to have anybody on here. But I've been with KW for 9 years as of a couple days ago. Been in real estate for 14 years now. And I'm a realtor myself. I'm also an investor and a labs advisor. So with the labs advisor piece, I get to kind of beta test new products and give feedback on that. So that's a lot of fun. If anybody's interested in doing something like that, I'm happy to give you more information about it. Just shoot me a message in the chat, whether it's public or private, I don't care. And then on the personal side, I am a wife. My husband and I have been married about 12 years. And we have a big fluffy dog who's a big ball of energy. He's a rescue, so I don't know what kind he is. And then we are proud aunt and uncle to 2 nieces and 3 nephews. So that's a little bit about me. My background was in marketing before I got into real estate, so I'm very passionate about making sure we have good follow-up systems for our marketing, because if we do not, then there's no point in doing the marketing in the first place, including open houses. It is a service to your sellers. However, it's a great way for you to get leads for additional business as well. So we want to make sure you're really maximizing that opportunity for yourself. The second half of class today, we will actually go right into command. So if you guys are on devices that you have the ability to have multiple screens and you want to follow along, that could be a great opportunity to take advantage of. All right, let's dig in. Like I said, our goal today is to build and launch a fully automated open house follow-up system that captures leads, syncs them into command, and triggers instant communication with them, all before you leave the room of the open house. So that's pretty cool. You can already start following up with people before you even closed up shop. Is that exciting to anybody? I'm going to open the chat. I see some head nods. You guys feel free to put stuff in the chat. I'll try to watch that while we're talking too. I might ask you to like give a thumbs up or a yes or no. Let me actually ask you a couple of questions before we go into this slide too much. Who here, go ahead, let's do yes or no. Are you currently doing open houses? I just want to get a feel for who's in the room. Yes or no, are you currently doing open houses in the chat? Yes. Most yeses, a couple of no's. Okay, so we're going to change up the words a little. For those of you doing open houses, yes or no? Well, no, let's not do yes or no. For those of you doing open houses, just put a Y or an N. Do you have a follow-up system? Whether it's what we're talking about today or something else. Do you have some sort of follow-up system? Y or N? Okay. All right, I'm glad that most of you that are doing them do have some sort of follow-up. All right, so for those of you that do have follow-up, we're going to go back to yes or no. If you do already have a follow-up system, is it automated? Full yes or full no? I see Kathleen said just manual. Okay, that sounds like we're in the right spot today. Great. I talk about this in a lot of my classes, the laws of the database. This is straight out of the MREA book, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. The laws of the database are 1, to build it. You got to have them all in one spot so that you can easily communicate with them. 2, to feed it daily. So make sure you're constantly adding new leads, which our open houses help us to do. 3, to touch it in a systematic way. That means that we're following up with consistency and providing value to those people so that we stay top of mind, because not everybody is buying a house every other day, but we want them to remember us, in year 7 when it's time to happen. We don't want them to have to dig through and be like, who the heck was that person I was talking to? I can't remember. Was it Mike? Was it Michael? Was it Michelle? Right? And then the last law of the database is to service all leads that come your way. So that means providing great follow-up with them and, of course, giving them a good experience during the transaction. So today we'll be talking a little bit about touch it in a systematic way, but also servicing those leads that come in, because we're doing follow-up and then making sure they have a great experience with you. Questions about the laws of the database? Don't see any. Okay, nothing in the chat. All right. Then let's get to it. If you guys would like, I told you I had a resource for the whole open house plan. This is inside Command. So you are welcome to scan this QR code. This goes over planning, posting, and follow-up. So I thought that would be a nice piece for you. I'm actually going to open this up really quick and put the link in the chat as well. You do have to be logged into Command to access this. This is you're able to find this inside Connect. So when you're in Command up at the top, there's this button that says Connect. So if you're ever looking for this later and you can't find that link I just put in the chat, you can come to Connect and search Open House or the word Playbook. And right here, when I put in Open House, it's the third option. If I put in Playbook, there are tons of guides for different things you can do to run your business. You can see this just keeps going to multiple pages here. This one, the Playbook Volume 1, has over 100 systems in it. So this is just a great resource I wanted you to be aware of. All right, so that's our Open House Playbook. The second thing I have in here is what we're going to go over first today when we get into our live demo. But you can make an open house sign-in page directly from your Keller Williams website with just a couple of clicks. It's not even really clicks, it's just typing a word. Isn't that fun? So I will show you how to do that in real time. You can scan this code if you want to, and that will take you to what's called an answers article. So if you forget in the future, like, what did that girl say about how to make this really easy landing page? This article that you can scan a QR code to get will have step-by-step directions for you. I'm also going to click my link here. I don't see any phones up anymore. I will put that link in the chat for you as well. So there's a little preview. This is what an answers article looks like. It's got written descriptions, it's got screenshots, and then you can see it's highlighted in red what your actions are that you need to take. So I'll close that out because I'm going to go over that with you in real time today. And another component we're going to talk about is lead automation. So great, I have this lead capture the form. What the heck do I do with the leads? How do I make automated touches? So these are the resources. If you are an individual or a solo agent, this will take you to an article called Lead Management. And if you are on a team, it's a little different. It's called Lead Routing. I'll also put the links in the chat for you there as well. I'm going to put solo. So I just want you to have all these resources and then we will go over it in real time. But basically what these things do is they allow you to take the information from that lead capture form that I'll show you how to make. And once that goes into Command, you have the ability to set it up before the lead comes in to say what you want to happen with that lead as soon as it comes into the system. So that's where that automation comes into play. I'm gonna close that out. We got that open a couple times. I clicked on it a lot apparently. So these things, the lead management and lead routing is what's really going to help you automate that follow-up so that it's not necessarily something you have to go back home, manually add everybody into the system, and then decide how you want to follow up with them. Now, we'll talk about in the Smart Plan that there's different types of follow-up plans that can go out to them and different steps in it. So you may still have some manual steps like make a call, but you can also automate things like a text message or an email to go out to people as well. And that will just happen automatically through the system if you set it up the right way. So I wanted to get you all prepped with those resources because I'm about to go into live command environment. So if you guys want to pull up second screens and follow along, now would be the time. We will go over how to build that open house landing page that I showed you. We'll go over to how to find the open house smart plan that's already created for you. So you don't even have to create it from scratch. We will review the content of that smart plan. I'll show you how to edit it, how you can test it, how you can make updates to it or make your own if you don't like the one that's already in the system for you, and then how you can actually use it and send it to your database, including those lead route or lead management tools. Real quick, can I get everybody to put in the chat either solo or team? So I know, are you a solo or an individual agent, or are you on a team? Oh, lots of individual agents today, a couple of teams. Okay, well, I'll just make sure that I touch base on both components for you then. Just a heads up for team members, there are lots of different permission settings in Teams that your admin or your Rainmaker can provide. So there's a chance that you may not be able to, if you don't have the right permission level, you may not be able to set up that lead routing, but somebody on your team like the admin or the Rainmaker could do it for you. At least now you will know if you don't have access to it, you'll know what to ask for to help you get that set up, to get that automation going for you. For those of you on a team, can you just give me a thumbs up if that makes sense? You can do it virtually or in the chat or in real life if you're on camera. Most people aren't on camera. I'd love to see your faces if you want to come on camera. I don't like talking to little black boxes. I like talking to real people. Adrian said, I think so. Okay. I'll revisit. Feel free to ask questions today too. This is a workshop. So I'm
not sure my team leader will know how to
Oh, that's okay. If they don't
sense?
know about it, that answers article that I put in there that had the team lead manager, lead routing, that's got all the instructions on it. And then what market center are you from?
Naperville.
Naperville. Okay, so Noelle and Julie know how to do it too, so they could definitely help you with that.
Thanks.
Perfect. Oh, I should have known Naperville from your last name.
Right, which is why my mother-in-law may or may not know how to do that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to escape from here and go escape. That sounds funny. I'm not running away. The first thing I want to show you is, oh, we opened that already, is on our website, how we make that landing page. Because if we don't have a landing page to collect the leads, we can't do the rest of it. So this is step one. If you were not aware, everybody in Keller Williams has a Keller Williams website. So I guess what I really should show you first is, if you don't know, can you put in the chat yes or no? Do you know what your KW website is? You don't have to share it if you don't want to. You can put the link in there. It doesn't matter to me. While I'm pulling this up, we'll see. Got lots of yeses. We got an I think so. Yes. Oh, it looks like everybody knows. Well, everybody that commented knows. It's okay if you don't. I'll show you really quick. If you go in command, I'm on the main screen here. The last applet is website. When you click that website's applet, there's a button right here that says launch website, or there's this little C, and that will copy the link to your URL. So if you hit launch website, it will open it up for you. I'm in the wrong one. I'm on my team side when I click that. But this is where the link is. So you can copy that and save it. And that's what you would put on your marketing materials. I, however, have a personal website, and it's this one. It's opportunity.kw.com. So if anybody wants to check that out and see what features you can put on yours, feel free to look at that. I'll put that in the chat as well for you. I also, just a heads up, I purposely have some bad examples of things on there. Like, I know that these are blank,
Amy?
and I do that so I can show you how to not have that happen on your website. I think I had somebody ask a question.
I don't know. Something happened. I can't hear you. Is it just me or everybody else?
What happened? I'm sorry. I heard you say you can hear me, but then I didn't hear anything else.
She asked if other people can hear you. I can.
I can hear you. I don't.
Okay.
I can hear you.
All right. Thanks for chiming in, everybody. All right, then we'll keep going. All righty, we have my website is pulled up. So the first thing you want to do is find the property you're going to host the open house at. So I do need to give you a little, I guess, an asterisk to this feature. the property does have to be live for you to use this feature. If it's something on the private listing network, it is not public information, so there's not a listing available to the public to pull up on your website. So if you're doing a PLN listing house, there's other ways you can do some automation. If it is live, all you have to do is come into the search just like a consumer would. You don't have to do this on the back end. And you can pull up the property address. I didn't have a specific one in mind. I'm in Wheaton today, so I'm just going to put Wheaton, Illinois, and see what pops up. And all of these listings will be available on the market right now. If you put a specific address in, oh, this is Wheaton, Missouri. I didn't put Illinois. I guess it doesn't really matter for this use case, but I'm going to click this guy that's 284. That looks like a cute little house. Oops, what did I do? Sorry, guys. Oh, I know what it is. I have to log into my site. So I have my website set up where people that are not my contacts can only see 10 properties without registering for my account. So that is a setting you can set up if you want to. And I have used this computer so many times to pull up properties that it's now telling me I have to set up an account to see things. I have one set up, so I'm just going to log into that. Typically, you won't have to do this. That's just how I have my account set up. I'm typing nothing right now. All right. And did I put the right password in? I did. Okay. So typically when you log in, this looks the same. You just see that up in the top right-hand corner, I have my little, my user profile. So it says AS there. So let's go try that again. We'll click this 2 North Wisconsin Addison one that came up. That's something I looked at recently. Here's the property page, so I can see all the information about it. Now, here's the key. Once you get your property pulled up, you're going to come up to the top of your screen. You're going to not have that highlighted anymore. Have your cursor at the end. Just add slash and the words open house, all one word, open house, and hit enter. And wait a couple seconds. Or a little longer today. We're having some power issues after the storm, so things are loading a little slower. But look at that. It just automatically created a landing page for us with a sign-in sheet. So you could bring this and you could save this link and turn it into a QR code and have a flyer for people to scan. You could have a tablet or a laptop pulled up that people can just go type in and put their information in right here. They do have some questions there to check the box to say that, of course, they agree to the terms of use. And then the second one is giving them the opt-in for you to communicate with them further. So all they have to do is put their info in and hit submit. And as soon as they do that, they will actually be in your command account automatically, which is fantastic. So that gets them in your account. Now, how do we do that follow-up part, right? The first thing we need to do is set up our smart plan. We have to have something to follow up with before we can tell command what follow-up process we want to put in place. So I'm going to go back to my command account. I'm just going to go to the home screen so you can follow along. If you are following along in real time, go back to home in command and then come down to that 4th icon. We're going to go into SmartPlans. We're going to use a few different pieces of command today. I kind of gave you a heads up for that earlier. Once you're in your SmartPlans, I'm going to switch to my personal account here. Once you're in your SmartPlans, there will be a library button. Teams and individual agents have this library button. Depending on your team permissions, you may or may not be allowed to download plans to your team. So if that's the case, just make sure either somebody on your team can do it for you, or if they want you to have the permissions to do that, they just need to update that in the settings. So library right here, and then you can type in the words open house. You gotta spell it right though. Okay, open house. We'll let that filter. And you can see the very first one says open house follow-up, and it's written by or published by Keller Williams. It's got that red KW logo there. You can also see that there's 731 results for open house smart plans. So there are a slew of different options in here for you. You are more than welcome to look through them and use any of them. That's why they are here. This is the one, the very first one that was created by KW. So that's the one I'll be going over today. But just a quick overview, if you don't want to click in and download, 731 plans, how you can kind of get an idea of what they are is you can see under the name, it says how long it runs for. So this one's a 45-day plan and how many touches there are. This one's 15 touches. You can also see a description. Whoever created the Smart Plan had to provide a description. So sometimes you'll see like, this is an email only plan. This is a text only. This is a call only, right? Or maybe it was built for a specific team or market center or area. If it's not your area, maybe it's going to have language that doesn't make sense for you. So you might want to stay away from those, or just know that you want to go in there and potentially update them to make it your tone of voice in your area. So like I said, you can use any of those. You can even see if people liked them. You can see how many people have downloaded it. You can see if they've got how many 5-star reviews or less they have. A lot of these don't have a lot of stars. People just aren't ranking them, which is okay. That doesn't mean it's good or bad. It just means people aren't using that review option there. But you can see Keller Williams has quite a few downloads. So there's lots of people using that one. Okay, so now we know how to get to the library and how to find our open house options here. Let's go ahead and hit that Add Smart Plan button. And you can see it's actually prompting me to download a couple of other Smart Plans as well. I have them downloaded. That's why mine says success. If you do not have them in your account, this should say download, and you'll click on both of those, and you're actually going to end up downloading 3 plans to run this follow-up system. And you can see here that the monthly neighborhood nurture is 1 touch, and it runs every 31 days. And the long-term nurture is 3 touches, 8 steps over a 31-day period of time. So I'm going to go ahead and hit download. And you will have the opportunity to name it here. I already have it in the system. You can see I got that little notification. So if you already have it, you'll get that little red flag here. If not, that'll be green, and you should have the opportunity to name it something you want. So go ahead and name it. And then once you've done that, we'll be back in the library. And we need to go back to the top. And for individual agents, it will say My Smart Plans. For teams, it will say Team Smart Plans. So just click on that. If it's something you've downloaded before, you might have to scroll through to find it, or you can type in the words open house, assuming you didn't change that name. And you can see I've got a few different open house plans in here. If you just downloaded it right now, it should be the very first thing in your Smart Plan library. So what the heck is in this Smart Plan? How do I know what I'm sending to my people? I'm going to go to this one that says My Open House Follow-Up and go all the way to the right and hit the edit pencil. Now I can see all the steps involved, and I can actually edit them as well. So when I click on step 1, I can see this is a text message. Here is the message. Hey, contact first name. So it will pull in the contact's name automatically for you. Thanks for coming by. Maybe you want to change that coming by to my open house, right? What did you think of the open house? Oh, wait, it says open house at the end. Maybe I don't need to add it in earlier, right? Just read through it, make sure it sounds like your tone of voice. You can hit this little edit pencil again if you want to customize that message. Now this does use the Twilio system. So if you are subscribed to Twilio through command and paying for that system, this will happen automatically. If you are not using Twilio, this will become a task reminder to you to manually do this. This is true for solo agents and for teams. Any questions about that? If you're using Twilio, it will be automated. If you're not, it will become a task reminder. Okay. If it's the first time you've sent somebody a Twilio message, they will also get some opt-out language so that you stay compliant. If you're on a team and it's the first time you're messaging somebody, you will get that opt-out language, and there will be language about the fact that this is a team texting system, so anybody on the team could reach out to them through it or could see the messages. So just know that that will come. I'm going to go ahead and hit save changes, even though I didn't change anything. But you can edit any text that you want in here. Then we have on day 2, it says send email to contact first name, last name. So this one is actually set up as a task reminder to yourself to do an action. It's not, you could have an automated text, or excuse me, an automated email go out. You would just have to write the email first and put it in this spot. Let me see if I can't remember if this one has automated emails. No, it's just got the automated texts because we know that those convert at a higher level. So that's why this one is a lot of text messages. You could, like I said, there's this option on the left that says send email. So that day 2 here, if you had like a canned email you wanted to send to everybody, you could put that right in here and you could delete the task to manually create one. Just know that when you're doing that, if you're using the same smart plan for every open house, you don't want to put the address in it because the same address would go to everybody. Does that make sense? I see some head nods. Okay. So if you're doing a coined or a canned email, make sure the language applies to anybody that comes through an open house ever, unless you're making individual smart plans for every open house, which I've seen people do. Just know that obviously that takes a little bit more time to do the setup process. So you can add a subject line and a message. You could also, I would recommend doing it this way. This is called like a simple text email. You can add a design if you have an open house, like pretty design inside your email section of command. I don't want to dig into that today, but that is a functionality of this. But for our purposes of this follow-up, I recommend a simple text one because it seems more personal, less marketing, like you were thinking of them and being very purposeful about reaching out to them and not just throwing marketing materials at them. So that's why I like this style for this type of follow-up. Any questions on that? Anybody want to fight me for it? No? Thanks for laughing. Saw a couple of giggles there. Okay, I'm going to X out of that. But you can go through each of these steps and see what all of the different prompts are. You can see most of these are make a call, send a text, make a call, send a text. So the ones that say make a call actually give you a little bit of a framework of what to say. So call the open house lead to see if they're interested in any other open houses as part of your open house follow-up plan. This one says, it didn't switch. There we go. Oh, it's the same thing. Oh, I think I clicked the same one. Did I? I don't know. Yeah, they're both the same prompt for you. So those ones will be task reminders to you inside command. So you'll get a little notification in the bell at the top right to give those people a call. What I love about this plan is that at the very end, once it's gone through those automated steps, it automatically adds them to this long-term nurture. So even if you don't get a hold of them, it will still drip on them. So you would have to go to your long-term nurture plan to be able to see and edit that one. But this one that we're in right now is the stock open house specific follow-up section. Does anybody have questions about how to get in here, how to edit things? This one's pretty straightforward. It's done for you, which is nice. I didn't think we had questions about Twilio on there. I don't see anybody looking confused on the screen. Okay, great. I'm going to close out of this. If you had made edits, of course, you would hit save plan. I didn't make any changes.
Amy, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, so when I actually go into library, type in open house, I click on add SmartPlan, and it goes into SmartPlan bundle. It's not allowing me to download it at all. When I click on download, it's gray, and then it has like, the circle with the line over it.
So that means it's already in your library.
Okay, because I do see that it's like my monthly neighborhood nurtures linked to that, along with my long-term nurture. So I have those already. Okay.
Yep. If it's grayed out and you're getting that red thing, that means that you already have it. If you're are you on a team?
No,
Okay. So then that means
solo.
it should already be in the My Smart Plan section for you. I know that some market centers pre-download popular smart plans for their agents as part of onboarding. So potentially that's what's going on there, that somebody just put it in there for you already. And all you have to do is when you're in the My Smart Plan section is just come up to this search bar and you can type in open house is what I did for the first one. Now I'm putting in long term. You can see I have a few different versions of it. Oh, I forgot what it was called. Let's go back to library. I may have renamed mine too, which if I forgot what it is, that's not going to be easy to find. Let's see, view the steps. Oh, add smart plan. So it is called it's just my long-term nurture. Oh, there, I didn't put a dash in it. It's very specific. See how it has that little dash there?
Yeah.
And it might not say but there it is. Okay. So I didn't put a dash. That's why it didn't come up. So if I go to that long-term nurture, once that open house initial plan runs through, it will automatically put them onto the secondary smart plan, which you can see day one up here is add to the monthly neighborhood nurture, which is also a monthly plan. And if we go to the bottom, you can see it's another 31 days of touches. So another whole
Amy?
month just to touch base with them. Yes, I heard my name.
Yeah, it was Patty.
Thank you.
Does it go automatically because you've checked those boxes at the beginning when you said there were 3 things that came up, and one was the open house, and then monthly neighborhood nurture, and then
So when you're talking about here in the library,
when you first added it, yes, yeah,
is
right
this what you're
there.
talking about? Yeah. Okay. So when it will, to run the My Open House follow-up plan effectively, you must have these other pieces here. So it will download when you download them. The reason it puts it on the different smart plans is because there is a step in here that says add to this other smart plan. I think I just opened the wrong smart plan. I got click happy. The second one here, second to last one. Okay. So the last step in the open house smart plan is add to smart plan, and the smart plan it's adding it to is the long-term nurture. This is what's the reason is this is what's causing it to go to the next smart plan.
So if I was building a smart plan and wanted something like that to happen, that's just a step at day whatever. Okay.
Yep. So whatever day you want that to happen, on the left-hand side, there's this add to smart plan button. You just drag it over. And once you let it go, it's going to ask you, which plan do you want? Now you have to have that plan created already or in your library, but you can search for it or you can just scroll down. So like, I thought I saw a quarterly call something in here. I got a lot of smart plans.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So there's my quarterly call plan, right? And I could hit add step, and now it's adding it to my quarterly call and my long-term nurture at the same time. I could put them on 2 different days. That doesn't matter. You can put it wherever you want. And if there's something in here you don't want, just select the step, hit the trash can in the top right, and it's gone. All right. Questions about the smart plan and how to get it into your account and ready to use? Questions about how to edit it before we move on? Okay, great. Moving right along. The X out of this. Okay, so we have made our landing page. We have downloaded our smart plans and edited them if we wanted to update them at all. Now, how do we get them to automatically send to people? There's a couple of things we can do. One, I'm going to show you one more feature in there. I guess it doesn't matter which plan I pull up, but we'll just work on the same one. If you are using, maybe you don't like this open house landing page idea and you love paper sign-in sheets and you're going to manually add people to command. That's okay. It's your business. You do you, right? You do your system. That's fine. But then that won't automatically add them to anything. So what you can do if you're doing a manual entry to command is you could do something like add the tag open house to them, not just the lead source, but actually the tag open house. And whoops, I lost, where was I? Where's my smart plan? There it is. Here's my smart plan. When you're in your smart plan, you have the option to add a trigger. So add contact when tagged open house. So if I add the tag open house to my contact, this open house plan will automatically fire. So even if you don't use that landing page, you can still use that tag trigger. So there's a little bit of manual entry, but the plan will be automated after that. Questions about that? No? I see head shakes. Great. All you have to do is hit edit here. You could use any tag you want in your system. I just, open house seemed to make sense for today. All right. If you are doing the automated lead capture through the lead form, we are going to leave SmartPlans. We're actually going to go up to the right-hand corner of our screen and click our name and go into settings. We want to go to settings. So we're about to go over that lead management or lead routing function. So on an individual agent side, when you're in settings, you want to go to command settings and then contacts, because we're dealing with contacts, and you will see lead management. On the team side, instead of lead management, this will say lead routing. You can see I have several lead routes in here. And all you have to do is hit create rule. And maybe we want to call this open house follow-up. And then you get to choose what lead source is following this lead rule that we're creating. So lead source here, you should see open house. I just select all of them because maybe you're using different open house entry forms in other spots. I don't use YLOPO. If you use YLOPO site, there's an integration for that. All right, but see how these say open house site? I honestly, don't ask me why there's two. I don't know. I always choose them both. That is the lead capture from this page. So if anything comes in from here, the lead source will say open house site like this. So then you would choose open house site for your rule. And then you can also add tags to it if you want to. You can add any tag to it. Doesn't have to be open house, anything that you want. And then what smart plan do I automatically want it to go to? Since we've already created that open house follow-up plan, I can now select that and hit create rule. So now I have my open house follow-up lead management system all set up. So when anything comes from those 3 open house sources, they'll automatically be tagged open house and automatically be added to the smart plan my open house follow-up. That's it. That's all you got to do. I am going to pull up the team side of this because I know there's some people on the teams on this call. I'm just going to switch my account here because you guys will have a few more options. So let's take a peek at that. So again, you're going to click your name, make sure you're in your team account, and then settings. We'll go to contacts, and then we want lead. Oh, they did change it to lead management. Okay, it's all called the same thing now. It used to be lead routing. It's all lead management now. Great. I don't have any set up for the team. So we'll do one right now. Create rule. This looks very similar. Now you have something a little different because you have multiple people on your team. You have some routing rule options. So you can randomly have it assigned to different people on your team. You can do a weighted one, meaning maybe person A on my team is really good at converting open house leads. So I'm going to give them like 90% of the open house leads, and I'm going to give 2 other people 5% of the open house leads. So that's what the weighted one is. We also have jump ball, which means the first one to respond gets it. We have round robin, so it'll just go around the team. Each person gets a shot. Whoever responds to it first gets it, pretty much, as long as it's their turn. And then assign to an agent. So if one person on your team does all the open houses, you can just automatically assign all those leads to them. When we do this round robin one, there's this claim deadline. So you can give them, like in this case, it's defaulted to 3 minutes. You give them 3 minutes to grab that lead, and if they don't grab it, it goes to the next person. But you can do days, hours, minutes, etc. You also get to choose your lead source. So we would put in open house. And I want the site for this one. And so that's the same. And then this is something that's a little different for you. You can choose who participates in that round robin. So maybe you only want your first 3 team members in this case to be part of the round robin. Maybe the guys do something different and the girls are the open house queens. So then you would hit next. And then you have your option to do those tags, just like we did on the individual agent side. If you want to add a tag that doesn't already exist, you do have that ability. The solo agent side has this as well. You can create an open house tag for your team if you have the permissions to be able to create tags. A little caveat there. And then you can choose to assign it to a smart plan, just like we did on the solo agent side. Now, I don't have that open house smart plan in my team account, so it's not showing up here. But if you just follow it along with me and you did it in your team account, that would show as an option here to assign that contact to the smart plan. So you can see I have just these guys, little different ones. These are all newsletters, but let's say I was adding it to this tax tip newsletter instead of an open house follow-up plan. I can do that and hit save. And now my lead route is created for the team. So it's a little different. You got some more options in there. Questions on lead management for solo or team accounts? Oh, I see something in the chat. Oh yeah, I'll get to that in a second. Any questions on the lead management? No? Okay, great. So then we did all the things. How about that? I'm going to pull this back up and go like this. Do you all feel comfortable creating this landing page? I see some nods. Okay, good. Put in the chat manual or electronic. How do you want to do your sign-ins? Do you want to do them electronically or manually at open houses? There's no wrong answer. Some people like doing it manually, and that's okay. I'm just curious. Now that you know about this, maybe it changed your mind. And while people are doing that, I see there is a question about the Zoom. Yes, it is recorded. It will go on my YouTube channel. At the end, I have a link so that you guys can get that. And it will go out to the Mid-American region on Monday in my weekly newsletter as well. Jen, electronic, but a Google form because I have more questions. Yep, that's fine too. You can use a third-party system called Zapier to zap your leads from your Google Sheet that's created from your Google form right into command, and then you can still apply this follow-up stuff to that as well. Glenn, I give both options. Great. Yeah, maybe you have people that are like, don't bring a phone, shy away from the electronic sign-in, so you can give them both options. And you now know how you can automatically route them once they're in the system. I think I heard somebody asking a question.
Yeah, you know what? I was just wondering, can we include that link? I love how easy it was to create that link for the landing site site or page. Can we also actually copy and paste it into like a Facebook announcement of the open house just to show people the property? Like,
so yes,
is that okay?
However, you probably don't want to use this one because that's just going to show them exactly what we see on the screen here. Let me get out of this.
Because I noticed it has some information, it has some photos, which I thought would be really nice for, people if they are curious just to come and check it out.
So it's totally up to you. You can share this link. This is all they will have access to. The address, the price, and then right here, the beds and baths, and obviously the photos.
And then the photos.
Now,
okay.
If I go back, the first page we started on, before I hit open, I typed in open house at the top. This is all the property information. Okay. So you could use this link to do that. However, if you give all of that to them, are they still going to come to the open house?
Right.
Keep that in mind. They might. It might make them more interested. It might make them rule it out, and then you'll never get to meet them. So that's totally up to you. When I'm doing advertising, I typically recommend to keep it interesting but vague, right? We want to draw them in.
You want them to want more or want to find out more, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Of course, good question. Latoya said, for the automated form, do we have to complete all of the information? For example, do they have to give you both phone and email? Some may not want to give both. Let me show you what that looks like. Let's wait for that to load again. So see how I don't have a phone number in here right now? And see how it gives me the error? That would also do it. I don't know if it does it for not having an email. I'm putting in a phone number that I don't think is in my command account already. Yep, so that's what'll happen. It does require both of those fields for you. Good question. All right, let's go back to our little presentation here. So we did the sign-in sheet. If anybody wants to scan these codes again, this is the directions on how to set up those lead management tools for solo agents for teams. I'll leave that up for a second. And then we went over all of this. Do you all feel confident on how to build the landing page? We said yes. Great. Do you understand where to find that smart plan? Can you put in the chat if you already downloaded it? Just put downloaded. Got it. Put got it. That's easier to type. Did you already download it? Put got it. Downloaded. Got it. Ooh, only 2 people so far. What's stopping the rest of you? Why aren't we downloading it? The whole idea is that you can have this all set up before we're done today. Got it? Got it? Yes. Go get it. Go get it, guys. It'll all be done by the time class is over. So I see a question, how do we get to the landing page? So pull up the listing on your website and just add this to the end of the URL. Whoops, not question mark. Once you pull up the listing, you're just going to add that /open house, and that will turn it into the landing page. Glenn says he's getting it now. Kathleen got it. Latoya getting it now. Great. Okay. So we're getting the smart plan. Wonderful. The next was we went over how to make some edits if you want to and check out what's in there. I asked lots of questions then, so I think people got the information they wanted there. If you have a question, go ahead and ask. And then I showed you how to link it and send it to your database. We showed you how to do it manually if you're manually adding people in, and how you can automatically do it through that lead management tool. Does anybody need more clarification on either of those? If you already set up your lead management, can you put managed in the chat? Managed. Ooh, what's stopping us, guys? Mischief managed. You read my mind. That's exactly what I was thinking. Love Harry Potter. I heard somebody. Does somebody have a question? You guys want me to show you how to do that lead management again? No? Okay. Okay. The goal was to have this all set up by the end of class. All right, so my next question for you is, would you pretty please leave me some feedback? And I'm just remembering now, I don't know if I put open house as an option on my sheet here. I would love to hear your thoughts. Was this class helpful? Is there something that you thought was missing that we could add to it for the next time? So go ahead and scan that. I see people pulling their phones up. I'll give you a second for that. And after this page, I'll have some contact information with my YouTube channel and everything as well. All right, so I would love to hear from you. Feel free to come off mute or put in the chat. What is something you learned today? What's something new you learned? Have we learned anything new? Oh, that's okay. You can watch the recording. I went slow on purpose. You can pause it. I put a bunch of resources in there for you too.
I love the landing page. I didn't know how easy it would be to set up. Just
Yeah, it's so
few
quick, right?
steps. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep. And I do actually have a question. So when we, let's say, click on day 2, create a task, which is send an email, the description says send a nice to meet you at the open house email to your lead for the open house you held. And that's already created for you, right? So basically, you kind of already told it to do that. Or is that,
One
yeah,
second, let me pull it up.
sorry.
Sorry, it's just on the wrong account.
Yep, no problem.
Just want to pull up open.
Yep, I think it was the open house
There we go.
follow-up.
So
Yeah,
are you on? Where did
that
it
would
go?
be
Text, make a call,
send
text.
email, like if it's any of the send email ones.
Where did it go? I had a send email. I must have accidentally deleted it when I was showing you how to delete stuff. Let me add one in. So
Okay.
there's this send email option. And
Okay.
on yours, it should have, if you're doing send email, it will let you pre-populate it.
Okay,
Okay.
is it already populated for you if it
I
says
believe the one I pulled up earlier that I accidentally deleted was a task
yep,
that said send email. Whoops.
it says
Does it
wait
look like that where it's a task name that says send email?
Let's see. Create task. Yep, step number 2, create task. Task name, send email to
Okay. So
yeah.
if it is something that says create task, that's a reminder to you to do something. So it's not
Okay.
automatically happening. If
Got
this
it.
is what I understand where this happened, because I did say there's a way to automate it. So if you want to have an automated email go out, you want to bring the send email section over and
Mhm.
write your email in here and put your subject line in here. Just
Okay.
remember, if this is something that's going to every person that comes to an open house, you want it to make sense for all scenarios. One thing I didn't touch on, if you are doing that, there is a newer feature in Command called Signature. This isn't the only place you can use it, but notice there's this signature button here.
Mhm.
I have several that I've set up already. If you've never used it, it will prompt you to create one. And when you do, there's like this little add signature option. It will look like this, and you can just create a signature so you don't have to manually add it every single time you want to use this feature in Command. And after it's created, you can choose between them. So you can say, I have a few tests in here, but like, here's my RTT one. It just popped right in. I didn't have to manually add all of that. And you can see I have different colors in there. I've got some stuff bold. I even have things linked as I hover over these that in a real email, somebody would be able to click this and go to that resource. So that's a fun little feature if you are using that send email option.
Really
So we would
nice.
just put like message here, subject here, add step. And now that step is currently it's sending on day 1. So if you want it on a different day, we would hit add day, and you could drag that down, and you could say how many days you want to wait for that. I would do it at the same time, have them both go out the same day. Did that help? I see you nodding. Okay, great. And Jen said she learned about lead management from settings. Yes, that's a good one. I think a lot of people don't know about that and don't realize that they can use it even without the form. You can do that manually with tags as well. So that's super helpful. Glenn said, came in late from another class, so we'll be watching again. Lead management and digitizing for automation. Perfect. Those are great. I'm glad that those were some takeaways for you. Who's putting something into action this week or today? Or did you already do it? If you already built something but did it, got a thumbs up. If you haven't done it yet, when are you going to do it? Jen put did it. When are you going to do it? This week, today, next weekend, after the next. No, you gotta do it before the open house. Gotta do it before, otherwise it won't work. Today, Glenn's going to do it. Okay. Perfect. All right, great. Well, I promise you one more resource. This will go to our tech hub. I built that for the region. Any region has access to this. I know sometimes we get guest folks on this call, but there's just some of my favorite tech resources in there. This is my YouTube channel. It's also on this, the link that this QR code will take you to. But this YouTube channel is where this video will go after it's processed. We have a VA for our team, so that will go up later this week. And the Mid-American region will receive an email on Monday, my weekly newsletter. And in that newsletter, there will also be a link to the video. So thank you all for coming. I should have looked up my next class. It's in a couple of weeks, but we're going to be doing some database like pro tips to help you manage it, not how to fill it up, not how to follow up with people, but just like some ways to make it work for you. Some customizations. You can do smart views to get specific people grouped together so you're not constantly hunting them down, and just some pro tips like that. So come check that out. See some thank yous. Thanks for coming, everybody. I appreciate you being here. I'm glad you learned some stuff today. I can't wait to hear how you put it in action. Feel free to reach out once you use it and tell me how it worked for you. Maybe we'll get you featured in the Mid-American region testimonies and on our group page and our public page, and then you can share it and show your clients how awesome you are because you automate follow-up to help get them more leads for their listings. So keep me in the loop. I love to hear your stories. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.